Hello, we're here with Alex. We just topped the regional in Orebro. What did you play and what did you play?
Yeah, I came 5th place. I was playing Performa Pass. No, I'm just kidding. I was playing various statues.
Nice meme.
Nice meme. My ratios for monsters was like this. These are essentially not monsters, they're spells, which just boost your attack.
What do they do?
When an attack is declared with one of my monsters and one of my opponent's monsters, I can activate it to gain 600 attack once per turn.
Okay.
Sounds really bad. It's never used outside of this deck, but it works really good here. 3 Dyna, staple, these are staple, and this is for if I have to go second with like lose the die roll. Like these are really good done. Otherwise they're shit because they're low attack. Play a lot of attack boost cards.
You just destroyed your opponent's board.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a Regeki for like, nobody normal summons anything. That's a threat. And these were because I usually run the water statue as well as the earth one, but Tree Toad is out now, so our Totally Awesome is out now, and it's totally not awesome to get killed by a frog deck.
Why do you only play 2 of these?
Good question. I should probably have run 3 of these and like 1 of these main deck, because Banisher of the Radiance is not really good against all decks, but it's really good, say like if you're playing, well, most decks, like they have no float game, no deck can float through this card. Yeah, this is my monster lineup.
Yeah.
It's 8? I thought I was playing 7. Okay, whatever.
Oh.
And these don't count as monsters. For spells, I play Seal of Orichalcos for attack gain.
Yeah.
Just like this thing. It's actually really good. Cosmic Cyclones, because I don't want to face Burning Abyss. It's my worst matchup, I think, because they can get Fog Blades very easily. Like they can get them from the deck, and it just kills this deck. 1 Regeki and 1 Book of Moon. They're like the one-offs.
Did the Book of Moon work?
I never drew it, and I usually just sided out for Eclipse when I went second and stuff like that. Yeah, there's the one-off spells and then the draw power. Oh wait, I actually have these as well. 2 Moon Mirror Shields. I was gonna play 3, but I took one out last second and I regret it because this card is so good. Anyways, 3 Demise, 3 Duality, and 3 Desires. You just gotta draw cards. You win by drawing cards in this deck. I was considering running 2 Desires, but whatever, just skip that. I took the risk. It's worth it. MVP spell trap cards, the Phantom Knight stuff. Prevent destruction and give attack, so you just win every battle if you draw these cards, and you can never get like Dark Hole or whatever. Like one game I drew 2 of these against Cosmo and he opened 2 Dark Hole. That was really fun. Just flip both of them. It was salty. Yeah. 2 Blazing Mirror Force. Usually you'd run like Storming or Drowning, but like you don't want to run Drowning in this deck because you want to have your monsters on the field. That's how you win. And Storming is kind of worse as well because you don't want to give your opponent's monsters back. Like the only monsters you want to kill with this thing anyways is stuff that runs over your monsters, and if you just storming them back to their hand, I mean you give them the monster back so they can use it next turn as well.
You weren't afraid like Mithril that special summons when it's destroyed?
No, because essentially you're supposed to have a monster on the field all the time. That's the game plan. You always want to have a monster on the field, and when you do, this is the best Mirror Force. Also, it does burn damage, which allows you to win the games faster.
Yeah.
1 Ring of Destruction.
How did that work out for you?
I used it once, but it doesn't really change anything. It's a bad situation anyways, but it's kind of good. Like when your opponent cannot special summon, so when they just normal summon something, you just destroy it, which is kind of good. So they can't run over your guy. 2 Dark Bribe. They are usually good, but I really hated them this tournament. I kept drawing them both in like games when I went second. Because I forgot to side them out and they're terrible, but they're really good cards to stop Twin Twisters and Book of Eclipse and stuff like that, because they are the only cards that threaten this deck. Like every single spell and trap in the game, like you could run like any of the other like spell and trap negations. But you don't really care if your opponent gets more cards usually, because unless they are another Twin Twister or another Book of Eclipse, they don't matter, because your opponent can only normal summon once. So I mean, these are good, but I didn't like in this tournament because I bricked with them. Solemn Brigade. I was going to drop 1 strike for the last Moon Mirror Shield, because you don't need strike in this deck, because your opponent should not special summon. It's just for effect negation, and yeah, it's kind of mediocre, but Warning is really good. Stops Denko, stops normal summons, stuff like that. That's the main deck, 41 cards. For the side deck, I ran 2 Dark Holes. Never really put these in, but they were like, if I considered these for Metal Foe games, if like they went first and just put on Alcahest or whatever his name is, yeah, because he's a problem card, you just lose versus Alcahest, so you just want to blow up the field. But I also ran 2 Book of Eclipse, which did the job. Like, I shouldn't have played the Dark Holes, I should have played something else. I don't know what though, like, whatever. 1 Jogan and 1 Banisher. Banisher is like if I played against, I don't know, a deck that really loses against Banisher more than the other ones.
Like BA or something?
Yeah, BA, exactly. I'd put in Banisher instead of one of the Earth statues. Or if they were playing an Earth deck, I could just put these in instead, like trades. Banisher was kind of okay, I guess. But Jogan is like the really MVP. Like, Jogan is a Raigeki. Your opponent summons a field and you Raigeki with Jogan. Yeah, enough said. Usually I would side out to only 7 monsters when I went second, because well, I drew an extra card, so I didn't need the 8th monster. I should draw a monster anyways. I ran 2 Maxi for going second, because like, yeah, it's Maxi. Your opponent gets a special summon turn 1 unless they bricked, which everyone did. Honestly, whenever I went second, everyone bricked. 2 Prohibition. I kind of didn't want to run these, but they worked out 1 game. It was the last game of the tournament. I played Prohibition and said Kirin after he had searched it with Bumbuku. And
what do you usually call with Prohibition?
it's usually like Archfiend Eccentric or Denko. It depends on what other back row you draw. So if you draw like Cosmic Cyclones and stuff, you don't really have to call Eccentric. And the other trap cards that negate destruction, stuff like that. But it's like Twin Twister, Eccentric, or Denko. It's like the usual suspects. There's no other cards that threaten this deck, or Book of Eclipse if you know your opponent is playing that. I also had a 3rd Dark Bribe. Never played it. 2 Kumungus, the Earth one because I run the Earth statue. It's for going second, but I never used it. I don't remember why I played it. I used it like the last time I played this deck, and it was really good. And 2 System Down for Cosmo, obviously, and ABC. Yeah, straightforward. And for the extra deck, I do have an extra deck. Didn't use it at all, but I have one. If my opponent was playing Cyber Dragons, because I know there's one guy here in Sweden who plays Cyber Dragons, so I have to have this. This is a joke. Lightning, because no reason. 2 Heartland Draco. Like, all the Reg 4 in this deck is Earth, so if I ever draw 2 Earth statues, and I have a toolbox for that. So Heartland Draco for direct attacking if it's ever needed. This recycles Fossil Dyna, going for game, burning for game. If someone plays Skill Drain, and can't remember why I put this thing in. And I also have rank 3 because I play Banisher and Jogan, so if anybody negates any of that stuff, I just have these for different reasons.
What were your matchups for the day?
3 Metal Foes and 2 Cosmo.
Do you have any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to 4chan. Those fucking idiots told me not to play this deck and I did anyways, so yeah.
Thanks.